Welcome back to the channel, coin collectors and treasure hunters. Today, we're uncovering two of the rarest and most valuable United States Washington quarter-dollar coins that could be hiding in everyday pocket change. One of these coins might be worth far more than its face value, so stay with us until the end. You won't want to miss these incredible discoveries. First coin. The United States $1 presidential coin featuring a portrait of James Monroe, the fifth President of the United States, released in 2008, represents far more than a simple dollar. As the final president of the so-called Virginia dynasty, Monroe guided the nation through the famous era of good feelings, and his presidential dollar captures that chapter of American history in remarkable detail. The obverse presents his dignified portrait surrounded by inscriptions honoring his presidency, while the reverse displays the soaring Statue of Liberty found on every presidential dollar. What makes this coin especially fascinating is that edge lettering carries the date, mint mark, and the national mottos, creating an unusual design unlike most circulating American coins. Millions entered circulation. Yet hidden among ordinary examples are pieces that continue to excite collectors, because subtle differences can separate a common dollar from an extraordinary collectible. When these coins rolled out of the Philadelphia and Denver mints in 2008, demand for the presidential dollar program remained strong, but production methods also introduced opportunities for unusual mint varieties. Some collectors immediately noticed examples with missing edge lettering, weakly impressed inscriptions, rotated edge text, doubled edge lettering, and other striking irregularities that sparked nationwide attention. While many reported discoveries proved ordinary manufacturing variations, a small number displayed genuine mint errors that became highly desirable. Even today, examining a James Monroe presidential dollar under proper lighting can reveal tiny details invisible during everyday spending, reminding collectors that valuable discoveries often begin with careful observation instead of pure luck. The visual appearance of this coin offers several important clues during examination. The golden color comes from its manganese brass outer composition, giving it a distinctive appearance that differs from traditional silver-colored circulating coins. Collectors carefully inspect the portrait for unusually sharp hair details, crisp lettering, and smooth fields with minimal contact marks. They also study the rim for complete formation, check whether the strike is centered correctly, compare the alignment between the obverse and reverse, and inspect the edge lettering for completeness and spacing. Small differences in strike quality, rim shape, or letter placement may seem insignificant at first glance, but they often become the very characteristics that make one coin stand apart from thousands of ordinary examples. Imagine opening an old coin jar inherited from a grandparent and spotting a James Monroe dollar that looks slightly different from the rest. Perhaps the edge lettering appears doubled, perhaps the rim seems unusually broad, or perhaps the strike reveals remarkable sharpness rarely seen in circulation. That moment of uncertainty is exactly what fuels the excitement of coin collecting. Stories like these inspire collectors to search pocket change, forgotten drawers, estate collections, and bank rolls with renewed curiosity. Most coins remain worth only face value, yet the possibility that one overlooked dollar could possess an unusual feature creates the thrill that keeps enthusiasts searching year after year. Market values for these coins vary dramatically depending on condition, rarity, certification, and the presence of legitimate mint errors. As an illustration rather than a guarantee, some minor collectible variations have sold in ranges around $2,500 to $3,500, while especially high-grade certified examples may reach around $5,000. Certain unusual mint anomalies have drawn attention near $6,000. Rare collector pieces have approached approximately $7,500, and exceptionally preserved or uncommon examples have been discussed around $8,000. Other unusual finds with particularly strong collector demand have reached roughly $8,500, while extraordinary or historically significant certified examples have occasionally approached about $9,000. These figures are illustrative only and should never be treated as guaranteed values, because actual prices depend entirely on authentication, condition, rarity, and market demand at the time of sale. The smartest collectors never rely on appearance alone. They compare the coin's weight against official specifications, study the metal color for signs of alteration, examine strike alignment with magnification, inspect the rim for irregular formation, and carefully search for genuine letter doubling instead of damage caused after leaving the mint. Professional grading and authentication remain essential before assigning significant value, since environmental wear, cleaning, or counterfeit alterations can easily imitate desirable characteristics. Careful examination supported by expert evaluation protects both collectors and buyers from expensive mistakes while preserving confidence in the marketplace. Perhaps the greatest appeal of the 2008 James Monroe presidential dollar is that it transforms an ordinary object into a mystery waiting to be solved. A single overlooked detail could feel like finding a sudden windfall, discovering enough value for a meaningful financial milestone, or even imagining the excitement of uncovering a coin worth the equivalent of a down payment on a home. Those dreams continue to inspire collectors, but experienced numismatists understand that patience, knowledge, and careful verification matter far more than wishful thinking. Every genuine discovery begins with education, persistence, and a willingness to examine each coin with fresh eyes. As remarkable as the James Monroe presidential dollar can be, the next coin waiting in circulation may hold an even more astonishing surprise. Somewhere in a forgotten drawer, an old collection, or even the loose change passing through someone's hands today, another hidden treasure could be waiting for the person who notices what everyone else overlooked. That possibility is what keeps the search alive, because history has a habit of hiding extraordinary stories inside ordinary coins, and the next shocking discovery may be closer than anyone imagines. Second coin. The 2000 Sacagawea dollar coin arrived from the United States Mint with enormous expectations, carrying a fresh golden appearance that instantly separated it from older silver-colored dollar coins. Featuring Sacagawea confidently carrying her infant son, Jean-Baptiste, on the obverse and a soaring eagle on the reverse. The design celebrated both American history and Native American heritage while introducing a manganese brass-clad composition that gave the coin its distinctive golden tone. Millions entered circulation, yet surprisingly few people embraced dollar coins in everyday commerce, leaving countless examples tucked away in drawers, jars, forgotten collections, and old bank rolls where hidden surprises may still be waiting. Although more than 1 billion examples were struck, experienced collectors know that rarity is not always about mintage alone. The true excitement comes from exceptional preservation, unusual production mistakes, and distinctive varieties that escape the mint's quality controls. A coin that appears ordinary at first glance can suddenly become the center of attention when subtle doubling, an unexpected strike characteristic, or an unusual surface is discovered. That possibility has kept the 2000 Sacagawea dollar among the most fascinating modern American coins to inspect carefully. One of the biggest reasons collectors remain captivated is the possibility of discovering genuine mint errors. Off-center strikes, broad strikes, doubled lettering, clipped planchets, rotated dies, and dramatic strike misalignments can transform a common dollar into an extraordinary conversation piece. Some pieces also display unusual rim formations or unexpected color variations caused by production anomalies rather than circulation damage. These characteristics are often invisible during a quick glance, rewarding patient collectors who examine every detail under strong lighting and magnification, instead of assuming every coin is the same. Another layer of intrigue comes from condition. A Sacagawea dollar that never entered circulation can retain blazing mint luster, crisp feather details, and smooth golden surfaces that instantly separate it from worn examples. High-grade coins certified by respected grading services frequently attract far greater collector interest because tiny contact marks or weak strikes can dramatically influence desirability. Even among coins struck on the same day, one beautifully preserved example may command significantly more attention than dozens showing ordinary handling. As excitement builds, so do stories of remarkable discoveries. Illustrative market scenarios sometimes place minor but desirable variations in the $2,500 to $3,500 range, while especially attractive high-grade coins have been discussed around $5,000. Unusual mint anomalies have occasionally inspired values near $6,000. Rare collector favorites may approach $7,500, and exceptionally preserved or uncommon examples have been associated with figures around $8,000. Particularly unusual finds with strong collector demand are sometimes discussed near $8,500, while extraordinary or historically significant examples have reached conversations around $9,000. These figures are illustrative market possibilities based on collector demand and authentication, never guaranteed prices for every coin. Imagine discovering one inside an old family coin jar, or receiving one as change decades ago without giving it a second thought. A single authenticated rarity could feel like a sudden windfall, perhaps helping with a down payment on a home, paying off major expenses, or becoming the kind of once-in-a-lifetime discovery collectors dream about for years. That emotional possibility is what keeps enthusiasts searching through bank rolls, inherited collections, estate sales, and forgotten boxes, knowing that extraordinary finds occasionally begin with an ordinary-looking coin. If you decide to inspect your own 2000 Sacagawea dollar, slow down and examine every feature carefully. Compare the coin's weight with official specifications. Study whether the golden color appears natural and consistent. Inspect strike alignment between the obverse and reverse. Look closely at the rim for unusual shapes or missing sections, and check every letter for genuine doubling rather than damage from circulation. Small details often separate valuable mint varieties from ordinary wear, making professional authentication an essential step before drawing conclusions about rarity or value. The most thrilling part of the 2000 Sacagawea dollar story is that many examples remain hidden in everyday places where few people think to look. Somewhere, another remarkable coin could still be sitting unnoticed inside a cash drawer, an old piggy bank, or a forgotten collection, waiting for someone observant enough to recognize its hidden potential. And if you think this remarkable dollar has surprising secrets, wait until the next coin reveals an even more astonishing mystery that has left collectors searching for years. Second coin United States quarter dollar, likely circulated and worn from handling, may look like nothing more than ordinary pocket change, but every scratch, faded detail, and softened edge tells the story of decades spent moving through countless hands. Hidden beneath that worn appearance could be subtle characteristics that collectors eagerly search for, proving that even the most ordinary-looking quarter can hold an extraordinary surprise. Most Washington quarters were struck for everyday commerce, making them one of the most recognized coins in American history. Billions entered circulation across multiple decades and mint facilities, yet slight differences in dies, production methods, and quality control created fascinating varieties that continue to capture the attention of collectors who study even the smallest details. A heavily circulated quarter often hides features that are easy to overlook. The portrait may appear smooth from years of use, while the lettering becomes faint and the rim gradually softens. Even so, experienced collectors know that wear alone does not eliminate the possibility of discovering an important variety or an authentic mint error hiding beneath years of circulation. Some of the most exciting discoveries involve genuine mint-made abnormalities rather than damage that occurred after the coin entered circulation. Slightly doubled letters, unusual strike alignment, off-center impressions, broad or irregular rims, and other production anomalies can transform an ordinary quarter into a fascinating collectible, with a story unlike millions of others produced during the same year. Collectors also pay close attention to originality. Natural tunning, consistent surfaces, and honest circulation will often tell a more compelling story than a cleaned or altered coin. Sometimes a worn quarter survives with unusually sharp design elements in protected areas, providing valuable clues about its history and the conditions under which it traveled through everyday commerce. The excitement grows because remarkable discoveries rarely announce themselves. Many memorable finds have reportedly begun with someone checking spare change, opening an old coin jar, or sorting through inherited collections. The possibility that an overlooked Washington quarter could still be waiting in plain sight continues to inspire collectors across generations. Illustrative market examples help demonstrate how collector interest can increase. Minor but desirable variations may sometimes be illustrated between $2,500 and $3,500, while especially attractive high-grade examples are occasionally represented around $5,000. Unusual mint anomalies can sometimes be illustrated near $6,000, and scarce collector pieces may reach illustrative levels around $7,500, although every coin must be evaluated individually. As rarity, preservation, and demand come together, illustrative values may rise further. Exceptionally preserved or uncommon quarters are sometimes discussed around $8,000, while unusual discoveries with especially strong collector demand may be illustrated near $8,500. More notable examples or extraordinary historically significant coins may even be represented at up to $9,000, but these figures are only examples and should never be viewed as guaranteed market prices. Imagine discovering a quarter with that kind of collector appeal tucked inside an old wallet or resting unnoticed in a forgotten coin jar. An illustrative value at those levels could feel like the beginning of a home down payment, an unexpected financial windfall, or the thrill of experiencing a once-in-a-lifetime discovery that changes the way you look at everyday change forever. Before assuming any quarter is valuable, inspect it carefully and responsibly. Compare its weight with official specifications, examine the metal color for anything unusual, check the strike alignment, study the rim shape, and inspect every letter for genuine doubling rather than postmint damage. Most importantly, seek professional authentication, because expert examination is essential for confirming whether a coin is truly rare. The next extraordinary discovery could still be hiding inside a cash register, an inherited collection, a forgotten drawer, or the loose change in your pocket right now. Every worn Washington quarter deserves a closer look, because the next shocking coin waiting to reveal its secret may be even more unbelievable than this one.